Hello, welcome to me packing. Now, I'm going to pack a different way. I'm neurodivergent. As I'm doing this, you guys can ask questions. I've even got a list here. Being neurodivergent, I always think of things and I forget to write them down. So this time I made a list. There are things that I definitely want to take, and I'm going to let you be part of this process. So, join me. I'm so sorry about that. As I begin to pack. So I'm just going to be throwing some things on the bed. Picking some important pieces to come with us on the ride. We have to do clothing, of course some kink stuff, and all the other things that could be involved. So, trying to organize best as I can. I want to have one of these bags be for like the car, clothes, toys, electronics. So that's the goal. I'm a notorious overpacker, by the way. Notorious. Very, very bad overpacker. So we're going to see if I can kind of get things under control a bit with my overpacking this way. So you guys can kind of help me pick out outfits as we go. I think what we'll start with is me taking a deep breath and really preparing for what's next. So got my alcohol bottle. I've got, let's see, I can use this for the stuff. So we'll put the alcohol bottle in here. What other things? So I'm trying to start because I'm mentally not into it just yet. And I know it shouldn't really matter, but I assure you it does. Am I the only one who sometimes rips open my condoms by accident? I actually got to look for a power cord, so I wanted to charge something today. Echo, toy box on. There we go. What I'm looking for currently is a wire to charge something. And I'll show you what that is. Now you guys can ask questions while I'm doing this, so have at it. Ooh. Okay, so this is what we were looking for. And it's going to charge this, and it's going to charge this. So this is a shock collar, and I want to make sure that it's charged. Let me see. Check the power. It's usually not a good start if when you go to turn on the power, nothing comes on. Yeah. Alright, so what we're going to need is a place to charge it. So, bear with me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. All right, got our PowerPoint. So these charge with a magnet of sorts. Oh, do we need to charge everything? No. Okay, so this one has got a pretty good charge. this does not. Yeah. So this goes here, and then we're gonna plug it in to a wall outlet, and I actually am probably gonna need to store it a little higher. So, excuse me while I lift it, because it's not the biggest cord in the world. There we go. Alright, we'll check on it in a little bit. Amazon, give me a 15-minute timer. I'm sure it'll need more than 15 minutes, but we'll go with that. Alright. So that's getting there. So now to piece together the things I want to take on the journey. And we get out our clean bags to transport. Where are the clean bags? I know I have them over here. I just recently redid everything. And while I'm at the time, I'm sure I thought I was doing a fantastic job of rearranging everything. Now it does not feel that way. Honestly. I know where I put those. Put them over here. So, let me see. I have a shirt in here and I don't know why. Wolf and Fox. Starting to show its age, my Wolf and Fox shirt, sadly. So now, my suggestion is if you're going to go on a vacation, try to take things that are easier to use in like hotel rooms and spaces, especially. So I usually, though I do have an alternative for what I can use. So, safety shears. Give me it's always hard to pick what you're gonna take with you. All that, I think this might be the last bag. It officially is. So there is another thing I could use for this, because we are trying to get away from using plastic. Now, I will suggest very often to everybody that you don't take your best toys, at least not all of them, with you. You have a 2 gags, take the gag that is lesser than. Some things you're only going to have ones of, and you're going to wind up taking the one of one. And that's why you have to have cleaning materials like this. Is going to be hard to transport. I think I have a creative solution though. So, hang out 1 second. Let me see if we can't get something to work. Don't worry, I'm coming back. Trying to be bag for laundry. So what we're going to do is kind of wrap it so we can sneak it into the bag. And if you guys want to come on, if someone wants to come on and be my comment reader today, that could be fun. So take this Power Crunch box. And now the reason for the Power Crunch box is because I don't want it getting damaged by hitting into other things. So we're going to be very careful even as we travel with the things we own. So. Now we're just going to slip this in. And there we go. This is ready to travel. Heavy too. So, all right. I got a crop. I got scissors. I want to grab a thing of keeping my hands clean. Big fan of keeping it clean, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. If someone would want to come on and be my comment reader, that would be pretty cool. All right. I'm sure that's not a great way to sanitize your hands, blowing on them to get them to dry faster. All right. All right, let's see if we can't get my kink bag started. So first, take it down to its core. We got our teddy bear. Now, teddy bear 2 probably would like to have wrapped. But what I can do for the teddy bear, because it doesn't have any spikes, is I could use a shirt. So. Could you even use underwear? For certain things, I've done that before. The only problem is if you wear all your underwear. Like this could make a great backup shirt. So what I'll do is I'll do this, and I'll turn it, and I'll be there. Now, when you're going to be in hotels and stuff, you're not going to need all the normal toys. Obviously, so teddy bear goes in there. We've got a shark. It's going to go here. I'll put it right here. And we got rope. It's a little bit of a thinner rope. Not by a lot, but the reason I like this rope to come with me is because it's throwaway rope. It's not colored, however you'd say put color to it. Colored sounds wrong, and I don't want to sound wrong or insensitive. So this is the 1/4 of an inch. I want to say that's probably 1/3 of an inch, maybe? No, that would be more. They're not too horribly off of each other, but they are. And I've got all my yellow rope. So now I'm probably not going to use all the rope I'm taking, but I am a fan of options. So I'm going to limit myself to this bag. So here's the deal. So this is actually bondage tape. Now bondage tape itself has no glue, and it sticks to itself, by the way. And again, if anyone wants to come on and be my my voice today and read some comments, the voice for the chat, that would be great. We got some clamps here, some zip cord. You can actually, it's like almost a bungee type cord. I forgot its name. Some people call it a parachute cord, but it actually has a name to look up to order it on the Amazon. Alright. And then I got some other ropes here that I travel with, and I will still take those. So I've got my 2 implements already packed. I've got, now put in the gag. Throw the gag over here. And this is my bag that I get to take with me. Now it's going to be a little heavier because I will add handcuffs. Now handcuffs are great to travel with because they're easy to clean. I really shouldn't have gotten all black, to be honest, but it's what I deal with, so take that. Now make sure that you're taking with it keys. Now I could have sworn I threw it out here, but I didn't, and I'm going to grab it now. So I like these handcuffs especially. They're not hinged. The problem with zip ties is they can cause nerve damage, tighten too quickly, and leave marks that might not be exactly wonderful. To have someone notice it later. So I'll put my cuffs here into this. Unless you get this the policeman handcuff zippy tie ones, then I agree with that. So we're gonna bring the hood, mask. Now again, I'm gonna want to put that in something, so I'll probably go back over here and slip it in with something I already have packed up nicely. Now, the inside is where the face goes, so I don't have to worry too much. But you always want to be mindful, especially where you're putting something, so you don't forget where it is. And I don't want that dropping on the floor, so I'll put it up here. Okay, we have the handcuff in the bag. Now the reason I grabbed the bag too, is I've got a backup key in the actual bag. I have one of my actual keys, my everyday keys. There's the handcuff key, always on me. As a matter of fact, the one time I got arrested in life for driving on a suspended license that turned out not to be suspended, I had just come from a club and I was wearing a vest, one of my denim vests, and whoo! The cop didn't want to book anything into inventory, so he basically let me put everything into the jacket when they were having me take everything out. And I didn't have to worry about it. So safety shears, again, ladies and gentlemen, safety shears have been put in the bag. Now, I put those in a very specific place because I don't want them getting damaged. So here's some things I got on sale at Amazon. So these are compression things to keep, I believe, the intention of these, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm remembering correctly, are to basically kind of, I'm trying to remember what they're actually used for. If you had like an injury, they want to put two things together, they use these. But you can use these for play. It's good for kind of like, I forget what they call it. Homono tie, it's when you put, and I did it on the channel one night to show you guys, it's when you wrap your legs in rope and you basically, even with your arms, like I like them for this, turn someone into like almost a T-Rex, because you slide it over the arm like so, and then tighten it and they can't move. Now this is good for traveling, because they're easier to put on, they don't make as much noise, and they're washable. So if you feel like they fell in a hotel room and they got a little icky, they're easy to wash. You could even hand wash them, to be honest. They fell in a hotel room and they got a little icky, they're easy to wash. You could even hand wash them, to be honest. So, I will put those in here in the front, and this will have its own little section. So we have leg cuffs, we have bondage tape, which can make for a good gag, actually. That's why I carry it. It's not the best gag in the world, but it doesn't stick to the face or the hair, because it goes onto itself. We have a hood. I want to take something that you guys can't be shown. Let's just say it's sharp and leave it there. So, no peeking at what I'm about to do. It was on a drying tray. Always pack protection. Always check the date of your protection. Make sure you didn't open up a condom. So sometimes I'm just not looking and I get really close, and I've had to throw away a few condoms, but this time I was pretty good. The date you can usually see, here it is. See the white down there? That is your date, so always check your dates, because you never know if you mix in condoms over time. These are the Trojan Magnums. I prefer the XL, but I've been making these work because the XLs are harder and harder to find these days for some reason. I don't even know why that is. So the XL, basically the biggest thing that's different for the XL is just the length. The girth, I believe, are the same on the regular one and the XL. So it does not go all the way down like it should. Like, for it to properly fit, it should go to your base, the person putting it on. And it does not go to my base. It is kind of lifting off of it a bit. And during occasions where there is work being done with friction, they can begin to slip off. So let me see some comments. This is just the first bag. Did I forget anything? Anyone have a suggestion? Squeeze the air out of the rope bag to save space? Oh, I did. When it went into the bag, I quickly... Did I? Let me look. I'm pretty sure I did. And this is heavy because it actually has chains. Good call. I didn't get it all out. I did it for the other rope bag. That one I can see the air is out. Thank you. And this paracord. That's what it is. That's paracord over there, ladies and gentlemen. Where did my, I had a wet one going. I usually like to leave a wet one out so I can, here it is. So I can keep wiping my hand as we're going. Alright. And before anything touches my masochist, it gets alcohol wiped and sprayed with alcohol. As those who came in earlier saw. Let me see. So you guys can call out things that you travel with as well, especially if you're kinky. Someone actually had their comment not approved, so I'm approving a comment. What are you parking for? Oh, nothing special. Just going out, exploring. I don't really want to say what, because the brat could be around, and I don't want the brat to have their surprises ruined. But I'm taking my brat out. We've been trying to get away the whole summer, and it's been one thing after another. There's even a storm, but we're like, at this point, just get it done, because they're about to start up their last semester of college. But we like to get away. I got the zippy from you. Keys. Yes, keys, absolutely. Keys on my keychain and keys in the handcuff bag. And that should be enough at this point, but I have actually a key hidden in that bag and that bag that's coming with me. So those handcuffs, the weird, the more hinged one was, I believe it was, it was in New York City, Purple Passions, place I frequent a lot over the past few decades. I've gotten things from there. Yeah. Purple Passions, New York City. Look it up just that way. They have a .net site. You could also get them off Amazon now. I didn't come up with Amazon like you kids. Some of the things I have, so here's my rule. There are many things that I get rid of after a dynamic sadly comes to its end. The things that I get rid of are generally anything that's porous. I only keep non-porous things. So, like, I kept my electric wand because I bought that with the intention of using it on other people. Handcuffs I bought at different times. They're reusable. There's no reason to throw them out. But a cane, this I could see being dedicated to one person. So, and that's the hardest thing to travel with. This is the one that's going to have to, I have to get like some sort of tube for this to travel with it properly. I have circular bags, but nothing tube-like that I can fit that in just yet. Now, you know, I also might take something like this. It's a nice belt. So, got a better handle. So that will throw in a bag. What else do we got? The overnight bag we're going to do at the end. I always start with my play bag because my attention span is so freaking horrible. I'll forget things, and I'd rather forget I would rather honestly forget clothes. So I can just go to Walmart, buy something. Aftercare blanket, chocolate, and Gatorade. Not a Gatorade fan. Chocolate has already been bought. Aftercare blanket will be at the hotel. There is not a dedicated one. It is just a blanket and these arms. So I come with the arms. So if anyone wants to jump on and read these comments, please feel free to jump on. There are different chains, by the way. Crap, I already packed them. But handcuffs are not all the same. They're different chains. One of the reasons I use this one a little less is, believe it or not, wherever I got it, and I don't remember where I got these necessarily, because I've broken a couple already, but those have like a sharper edge to it. I'm not hunting, Lilith. Yes. I'm laughing only because we were there. I got the condoms and we did the date check. This is embarrassing. My safety shoes I can't even grab right now. There. Orange handles. When I was younger and more of a punk, everything had to be black like Batman. And now that I play more sometimes in dark spaces, I'm like, I'm an idiot for this. What else do we got? Thank you, Alice. Yes, certain things should go with the partner that they were used with. Yes. No, a wrapping paper tube for this? No, I want something thick. Like, if we're going to do that, like, even today, I'm going to try to, I think I might have something I might want to use, but we'll see. That's not a bad one, though, but the wrapping paper tubes, I mean, maybe a good wrapping tape, like the higher quality ones, those could be a good idea. And wandering out, this is, little sub Shelly says, wandering out, I have a box of stuff used on me and then separate from someone else. Yeah, and there are things you can use on each other, ropes. If they're not really been bled on, they can technically be washed on. Anything sharp or pokey shouldn't be on, only fluid-bound people. Now, if you bind with another person and you all accept the risk, that's one thing, but you have to have it. Very important to go on the trip. Collar. Not a trad wife collar. Little clicker thing, especially when you're in hotels or something like that. Instead of someone calling like red or something like that, this can draw attention. 'Cause sometimes, you know, you put on the TV, so it's a good idea to grab. Now, I said I had an idea for that. Hey, Alice, want to come on and catch up before my vacation and help with the comments? You busy? I think you might still be busy with work. But when you're done with work, be right back. Hold on. Be right there. this is gonna be enough. A Swiffer box, but you can cut this, use the base here, but yeah, I was gonna kind of collapse it into it, so this ain't gonna work. Sad. Now we wash our hands because I touched other things, but I'll just use a wet one. So, what do we got? Pool bag could be good. You know what could be good too? And I had it and it got ruined. I used to have a holder for the tripod, my camera tripod, but it got ruined. Because I want something that's a little thicker so it can protect the cane as well. So that's part of it. A pool cue thing, that could work. Maybe even a pool cue case if I can get one at like Goodwill. But those are rare. Because it's that awkward height. And it's a solid piece so it doesn't unwind. Not that I think that would be a good thing if it did. So I've got the big bag up here. But I don't have anything smaller. And this is just one thing that doesn't fit in there. But I do want to take it. That's a good one. Baby shimmy. I told you, man. I'm just going to call you baby. No. Yeah, I guess you could. You're talking about the ones that have to be loaded that way, right? I can't even say that out loud. Okay. I didn't, yeah, I mean, at first I was thinking of the ones that are hand grip ones. Let's put it that way. But that might work. Yeah, I don't own anything that would be that small, but that's not a bad idea, actually, because the only one I have close is this, but that's overkill for one thing. Yeah, I can't think of anything that I have that's small enough, so this will probably get its own, like, special way to be brought. Uh-oh, someone's idea. No, I appreciate it, because I do sometimes read things and don't catch myself until I read it. And I'm like, damn it. It'll be a few seconds and we won't be on air. And that does happen. Alright. You guys can help me pick out outfits in a second. Yeah, I don't see anything that I have that will do it now. That's a good idea, though. I would love to have the skill to be able to maybe, like, get a bat and turn it into, like, a carrying thing for this. Like, unscrew the top here and be able to put it in. That would be a cool one. So no one would ever think anything about that. It's an awkward, it's not terribly big, but it's big enough. So. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can't get creative for a minute, and we'll talk, because this way I'll be able to read with you guys for a few minutes. Alright, let's see how creative I can get. Bye. So now I can read your comments. Yes, and some you think are, they're not. I don't know what that last one meant. Tubes, yes, poster tubes. I've actually thought of that. There are poster tubes that might fit that, and I always forget to look for it when I'm out. It's not at Walmart, though. I know that, because I've actually remembered when I'm at Walmart. So here's the challenge. How do I cut this down? And I'm a lefty, so always cutting scissors is always funny. I do know how to use my right hand, because I can throw with my right hand, but I am definitely a lefty for life. I wish I had my box cutter nearby, but I do not, sadly. A little bit of a cheap, quick hack sometimes is to run it down, but it doesn't seem to want to do this with the cardboard. You can also kind of bend it sometimes. I can't advance it with my finger. There's something there. I don't know if it was a piece of tape or what have you, but there we go. All right. So. Out. What I think we'll do is we'll actually bend it on itself and make like a little box out of it. There's actually some, there we go, serrated edge there. So my idea currently, you'll see this all positive. Alright, so what do you guys got? So, how can I bend this to make it work the way I want it to? We got a white piece right here, but I kind of like the idea of being protected for it. So let's put this right here. Now, a lot of times when I'll do a shipping thing, I look for the way, there we go. So that can actually hold. So what I'm thinking is we kind of do this, right? Go up here, come back around it. I don't think this is a terribly great scissor for this stuff. I wonder if I have. Out of the way, and we're going to fold it. Turn it into almost a triangle. So here we go. There it goes. So, there we go. So, we take this and kind of get it together, and I'll show it to you in a minute. So we're getting right to what I want it to be. Okay. So I got it kind of triangular. Now, get rid of some of this extra cardboard down here. I promise I'm not ignoring you all. Just want to give it a base to kind of sit on. Okay, and then what we'll do is just cut a little right here. Echo, what time is it? Echo, what time is it?
It's 5:57 p.m.
Alright. So now it looks pretty hideous at the moment. But it's definitely functional. Let's see how functional it is. Perfect size. Hides it exactly how it is. So, where do I have it? I believe that should have. Get some of this. So we're going to decorate the box. Almost 600 what, likes for me? Thank you, love. And again, if anyone wants to come on and talk, we can do that. We travel a lot, so we can make sure we can take our gear. LOL, and we pack our favorite stuff. Yep. Yeah, well, a little pretty's not bad, right? So what I'll do is go like this. Come around. Come around. Come around. Okay. Okay. And then we'll bend it in. And there it is. So knowing which way is the bottom helps too. If you're going to do something like this, this doesn't really have too much of a bottom though. So. Do I want to build it? Nah, it's fine the way it is. And then we'll just and there we go. So a little bit of rainbow. And then we'll just make it strong so it doesn't break the thing. Now obviously I'll get something better for the future. But this will keep it safe as we travel. And there we go. What I'll do just in case it rains, because we don't want the wood to get dirty, I'll just grab a glove. Here we go. Oh, that's no bueno. Sometimes I don't know my own strength. So, instead of wasting this, we'll just do this, and it can be pulled out of the way. There we go. Wow, this one's falling apart without a problem, ain't it? Usually they're a little tougher. Here we go. This one's not letting me down. Damn it. I can make the initial knot every time I let go, though. It's giving me trouble. Here we go, because it's slipping out of my hand. There it is. And just to make my life easier, there it is. Just, oh, there it is. Screw it. Let's tape it down. So. There we go. So now no one will ever know. They'll never know what's in here. Alright, then we're back to our hand wiper. Alright. Probably way too much time, but that's a nice thing and it deserves to be protected for the trip. So I have 0 regrets. Alright. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's a nice tape. So again, does anyone want to be on the show? Ooh, I wonder if we have... Echo, how much time is left?
You have 5 minutes and 10 seconds left on your 55-minute timer.
We are running out of time today. That's not good. For whatever reason, this is not turning on as it should. I wonder if this wasn't charging for some reason. Give me 1 second. There it goes. I wonder if I have an issue over there. Alright, so I see it's charging now. Alright, so it is charging. We will hop over when that alarm goes over to free hugs and spanks right away. So if you guys want to continue, if you want to help me pick out my clothes, that's where the next stop is. So we'll also be doing toiletries on the other side of it. So stay tuned for that. All right. And now if you're wondering why I didn't go for the safety shears to cut the box. It would destroy them. Safety shears aren't that good. So, all right, we got Bob's Burgers. Trying to think of cool socks to take with me. Spider Gwen, got Flying Burger, we got some X-Men, and then we got Bob's Burgers. I think I'll take a Bob's Burgers. Take Dog and Duck, I believe. This is just the dog. Which one is this? What's going on, Taz? Deadpool and Wolverine. Ooh, I got some more over here. What do we got? We got Rogue, Wolverine, Cyclops, Storm, some more Deadpool, got a Batman, Batman, we'll do some Deadpool. Now I'm only going away for like 3 days, so I don't know if I need too many. These are, oh, the tropical sailboat ones. So I'll take these 4 and then just a solid pair of black. That should do it, because I am wearing an outfit. I am notorious for taking too many pieces of clothing, so. Okay, so I'm going to meet you guys on Free Hugs and Spanks. What time is it right now? Yeah, you can never go wrong with Deadpool, right? We're going to meet over at Free Hugs and Spanks at, we'll do 6:20. Sound good? Meet me over there. I think I'm going to take a quick pee break and I'll do my underwear off camera. I don't think any of you want to see the underwear. So that's it for now. Remember that submission is not a gift. It is earned. It is earned through communication, negotiation, and is only achieved once informed, consent is given, and dominance is a reward for submission. That's my bell. I'm out of here. I'll see you over on Free Hugs and Spanks at 6:20 in 10 minutes. Till then, my friends,